story, this experience is real. And myself and my crew were able to document proof of what is soon coming to PARAFlixx Paranormal Plus.
In 1997, I was asked to do a spiritual mapping of Pampa.
I faced one of the most mind-blowing paranormal experiences that I have personally ever documented.
It has to do with the trauma that this place kind of has experienced in that area, and I really think that that's exciting.
I was creeped out automatically.
Oh, dude, look at that! That stuff's been pretty incredible. What about this gate is a portal? Where did it come from? And it's been pretty intelligent.
I asked God to show me and lead me to where a spiritual gate was, and my eye caught that gate.
I want to know the story behind this gate.
You're not going to come against my friends. You're not going to come against my family. And I'm going to stand here until you let go.
My Paranormal Experience, The Gateway Between Worlds, premieres November 6th, only on PARAFlixx.
Biggest thing in the world in the film industry. It's hard to explain this. There was one day I was just compelled to make a video about a personal story from my past. Posted it to Facebook because I couldn't put anyone else out there on the line to showcase without putting myself first, because I wanted to see what the feedback would be. So I did that because I wanted to see what people thought. Would it be good or bad? Believe it or not, I had one of the most positive feedback, responses that I've ever received. And then finally, everyone from the surrounding area, all over the country, was reaching out to me about sharing stories. And these are people that I've never even known had even had an experience, even believed in the paranormal. So I decided to make a series called My Paranormal Experience. And the name came from after I was reviewing the footage of my story. I literally put the camera in front of me and just said, "My name is Nathan Withers, and this is my paranormal experience." And I didn't even realize I said that until after I reviewed the footage. I was like, hey, that's the name. Got it. So, after that happened, something kind of ignited in me that, I fully believe that I'm called to do this. And it's not just celebrities that I want to showcase. It's everyday people like you guys have personal experiences, whatever the case is. I wanted to showcase that, And so finally, my crew's back here. Scotty, where's Beth? Oh, there she is. Hello, right from my face. I brought them on. And then Kara's our new addition. She's our camera operator. And we've been to a lot of cool locations. We got a lot of opportunities to do a lot of cool things. And I'm very excited for what our future is going to bring us. And I'm just going to ask you, do you have any questions for me? Because, that's really my story as far as that. Do you have any questions for me? As far as the show goes, I had a trailer ready for you guys, but I don't really. It's not going to play because there's no volume. How many of you guys are going to be going to the Old Mill tonight? They'll see us there tonight. But yeah, I don't really have much else to add. How has it done? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I've never seen the show, I've never heard of the show, I've
Right,
heard of this
of
as well.
course.
So what is your experience? Have you encountered
Oh yeah,
stuff
absolutely.
or- okay.
You know, my childhood experiences took place with Scotty back here, like one of my other investigators. You know, our experiences took place at an early age, 17. And I would consider it evil. It's hard to explain. It was very negative in nature, you know, hauntings. So, yeah, our experiences took place, 08, 09 area. Unfortunately, you know, he didn't pursue it like I did. It opened more questions for me. So I started investigating more, and you know, I just started documenting everything. That's how investigation started with me. And me and Beth got together on a team. We worked together for 12 years, and then you know, we started doing the Paranormal Experience show, which we've been filming for the last year and a half, collecting stories, investigations, and you know how we're doing it is there's so many shows out there about our storytelling. We're trying to steer away from just telling a story. We really wanted to try and investigate and help the person figure out what they're going through. You know, by them telling their story on camera or whatever the case is, we want to also investigate that claim. You know, and this Saturday premieres our newest documentary, The Gateway Between Worlds. And I'll share that story with you guys because that was one of our biggest experiences as a community. We met a name, well, I met a name, a woman by the name of Vanessa Milligan. And when I met her, it was very bizarre. Very, very bizarre how I met her. And she pretty much, the first thing she told me was, did you know there's a gateway between heaven and earth? And when you approach it, you'll experience all this energy. You will have these experiences. And so I was like, you know, being a skeptical person as well as an investigator, I'm like, well, cool, you know? And she said, I know you're going to go to this gate, and I can see it in your face. Like you're going to, you know, it's the curiosity is there. So my wife was like, are you going to go? I said, yeah, I'm going to go. And I literally just took a camera and a microphone. That was it, a spirit box. That was all I took up there. And the first thing that happened was I approached this gate, and I turned the camera on, turned the spirit box on, I get a crystal clear hit. Just crystal clear. Well, everything that she had told me I was going to experience, I did. I was able to document all this evidence plus more. So I sent this evidence to my crew, you know, they reviewed it. But at the time, Kara, this is the first time Kara and I had even met together. Like we never, you know, met up. And she had the same experience, like the energy that was surrounding the gate. There's so many things that was going on in this gate. It was just very bizarre. And so the gate is very, very, it's a very small spot. And Scotty was telling me not long ago that he can't believe that something that's that small in such a little area can harbor that much energy in one area. Well, we later found out that this gateway is literally connected to a former funeral home. And there was an older gentleman, probably in his 80s, and I was filming one day at this location, and he actually approached me. And I didn't, now honestly, I was filming a shot, and I went up, and he's standing right here in my face. Whoa! And I was like, am I seeing a ghost right now? But no, it was a real person, honestly. I was kind of like, let me touch you, make sure it's not a ghost. And he just goes, can I ask what you're doing? My first thought was, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And I said, yeah, I'm filming for a documentary, you know, and we're doing a lot of documentation here. He says, and he's looking around like he's curious, like he knows something's going on, but he's afraid to say it. And he goes, do you feel it? And I go, and I knew at this point where this was going, but I was like, I want to ask him, just to hear his response, I want to know what he's going to say. And I said, do I feel what? He goes, do you feel the energy that this gate gives off? And my heart drops in my stomach. And I'm like, I do. He goes, you caught any evidence? I said, I have. You know, we have. And he goes, come to my office real quick. Never met this guy in my life. He invites me to his law firm, and he he brings it to his office, and he pulls out this humongous book. It's bookmarked in like a very random area. Throws it open, he like slams his finger on it and says, what you're standing in used to be Pampa's original funeral home, and the room we're in was the morgue. And I go, oh, that's creepy. I was like, so is your desk like the big was your desk where all the like, stuff would happen? But, you know, he was very interesting. And and normally when you ask someone to investigate a location, it doesn't always happen right away. They always want to know who you are, what you're doing, and all that stuff. And I was like, can we investigate this funeral home? He goes, here's the keys, have fun. He just handed us the keys. He goes, this goes up to the upstairs, you know. I think it was shortly after that, Kara actually did some research. Her and Beth did some research on the location. And they were able to find out the upper floor of this funeral home had so much unidentified bodies, John Doe bodies that just would be there for weeks, months, or whatever. And if people didn't claim you, you were just buried with whatever you were wearing, initials or whatever they put you as. You know, so it kind of made us wonder, like, what is causing all these hauntings? What's causing all this crazy energy around us? And so, you know, this film that's coming out tonight, I'm not going to give everything away because I want you to watch it. But the story is insane. It's compelling. It's not a scary thing either. It's just one of those things that we're able to. I don't want to say prove because I feel like that's kind of a hard word to say right now. But I think what we did was collect evidence that you just can't argue with. The responses are very definitive, like direct, intelligent responses.
Yes, where do you watch it? What is it?
It's on PARAFlixx Paranormal Plus. It'll be on tonight, 9 Central.
PARAFlixx what?
PARAFlixx Paranormal Plus. You can get it on Fire TV, the App Store, Roku.
So how does someone like me who's never experienced anything, how do you experience something? Like,
I'm gonna go to what Chris was telling you earlier. Just be open-minded.
okay.
You know, be willing to allow your, like, I'm not saying open yourself completely because, you know, obviously you want to watch how you do that, but allow yourself to be open-minded to an experience. Because, you know, we've had so many people that want to go and they expect it to happen and it doesn't. I'm like, you can't expect anything to happen. Just like we do, we go to locations all the time and we always say, you know what, we can't ever expect something to happen. But there are those times where you walk into a place and you know when something is off. And that's usually when you get some crazy stuff that happens. But yeah, I'm going to kind of agree with what Chris was saying earlier. Just be open-minded, you know, be willing to open yourself up a little bit and just, you know, ask that question, like you said, you know. I think that's really the best thing to do. And as far as gear goes, like he was saying earlier, you know, your body is the best spirit detector. It is. Your body will tell you when something's wrong. I know mine's been that way. I know Beth's had experiences, Scotty's had experiences, and Kara's had experiences. But anyone have any questions? Anything else? About me, about the team? All right, Josh, what's up?
So for those that don't know, how many hours of footage does it take to get an hour-long episode?
Holy cow, that's a really good question. Hours, thousands of hours. Yeah, because like, you know, when we're filming, like yesterday, we were at the boutique shop down here, and we were filming for 24 hours straight. Well, then we had one downtime, but yeah, when you're filming, you have so much footage you're viewing, and depending on what you've captured, you have to obviously cut out a lot of things because some things are just, it's boring. It really gets boring. Like, I'll be editing or whatever, and oh my gosh, I can't watch it. Because I could be sitting at a computer for, you know, 24 hours straight watching just nothing happen. And then, you know, 16 hours into your video, you see something crazy happen. You go, oh, what was that? What was that? You know, you'll mark that time, and that's what you use. But I mean, Yeah, there's a lot of, just tons of hours of footage. You know, and the editing process takes a long time. It could take, you know, depending on what your story is, what your situation is, it could take up to 6 months to do. It just depends on what you're doing. Other than that, that's all I have. Like I said, I'm new to this, guys. I'm very much about stepping in my comfort zone. That's what my journey's been about. So, for me to do this wouldn't have happened 4 years ago. I would be like, nope, I'm not doing it. It's weird. I don't like it. But, you know, I'm here today, you know, just to kind of let you guys know who I am. You know, I'm who you guys see right now. Just a normal day guy, self-taught filmmaker, and, you know, I love the film industry. I love the paranormal. I love everything about the paranormal. You know, and I love the crew that I'm with. They're awesome. That guy back there is a good buddy of mine. We used to do episodes together. We keep in contact a lot, but I do appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me because I'm tired of listening to myself. But I wish this was working because I have a series trailer for y'all and also have the Gateway trailer. Yes.
So I kind of have always wondered this.
Sure.
If there actually is ghosts and they can communicate however they can, why don't they ever come back and say like say if it's a loved one of yours, hey, don't get in that car tomorrow, you're gonna have red. Or why don't they say, hey, here's the lottery numbers. You know,
Right.
you know, make your life a little easier. Or,
Unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that one. That's a good question though, because now I'm thinking about that one. That would be awesome. I wish you exactly. You're thinking, hey, you know, I need these numbers now. You know, but no, yes, ma'am.
I just have a question about you not being in your comfort zone. What is it that made you keep pushing through that? And what kept you motivated? So you just get up?
That's a good one. It's simply because, you know, I was taught a long time ago when I was introduced into the film industry, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you're going to put yourself out there and get known, and I don't mean for the fame, I mean just, you know, for what you do, you have to sacrifice a little something to get there. You know, and like I said, storytelling is something I love to do. And like, trust me, right now I'm terrified. I am terrified of all this. But I'm here because I simply love what I do. It is the biggest passion in the world. Besides my wife, which is not here right now. She couldn't come. But she's watching.
I have one more question.
Sure.
I've been wondering, how do you guys know it's a growl on an EVP and not just some ghost farting into the thing?
Wow, that's awesome. You know, that's a good one. I have no answer for that. It's hard to say. Like, I'm gonna just put the fart aside for a second. Okay, put the aside for a second. For instance, like, you'll know when it's a growl. You'll know when it's a definitive growl. Like, you'll either hear it out loud with your own ears. If you hear it with your own ears and capture it on a recorder, that's how you know it's real. I think those things can be debunked as a stomach growl. It really can. Because I've done investigation. I had my recorder here, just like here. My belly would growl. I think it was a growl. And it's like, no, my belly. You know. But yeah, I get it. If it's a ghost fart, hey, respect the ghost fart. They got a fart too, you know. They really do.
What about a whispered get out?
Do what?
What about a whispered get out?
Whisper to get out. And get out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm going to go back to investigation because Josh mentioned Get Out. A few years ago, me and him was at Hale House up here filming for an episode. And clear as day on DVR, you hear a get out. And we all were like, wait a second, is there anyone in the house? We searched the entire house. There was no one in the house but the team we were always with at the time. And we went over that footage. I can't tell how many times I went over the footage, trying to figure out what it was. And it was a crystal clear, like, that's how you know there's something really happening. Because it came on the mic, on the camera, live DVR camera said that. that to me was a Class A response. You never know, it could afford to. We just, I don't know. We could afford it, we didn't catch it. You know, that would have been like a highlight right there.
Did
If
you
you
all
heard,
hear it?
I'm sorry?
Did you all hear
Oh,
it?
we all heard it. It was crystal clear.
Do you ever have it where like you might hear it and they don't?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that some spirits choose you and not them to communicate with. Not that they can hear what they want you to hear. That spirit might take a liking to you in a specific way. It has happened to me. It's happened to Beth, Kara, and Scotty, and Josh. It's happened to all of them. I've been called out by name. Like, I've been physically shoved into a wall, and I had a spirit apologize to me on an obvious device. It was
Like, oops, my bad.
no, it literally like I was shoved into a wall, and of course I opened myself up for that because I want to know more answers. I'm the kind of person, if you attack me, I want to know more about it. I want to learn why you did that, what caused you to do that. So when I was shoved into this wall, of course we come back a couple weeks later at this location, and I had to leave early because I had to work the next day. So the people that we were with, they were there in the same spot that I was pushed at, asking questions, and then Agla says, "Nate, sorry." And they looked at the word database. My name is on that word database. Whether that's paranormal or not, it blew my mind. That to me was like a direct communication connection to me. So I firmly believe that a spirit will take a liking to a certain person, and that person should be the one that communicates to them because, like he was saying earlier, all it takes is that one person to make a huge difference. But I don't know if she said 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I think she did that. I was like, oh, what's that mean? But
Don't you think that whenever, when she was talking about growling noises and stuff like that, like you said, it could be in your stomach, but maybe if other things are happening in the room at the time, just a weird feeling, weird vibe in the room and stuff like that, then you probably could say, yeah, maybe that growl was something.
oh, definitely. I'm a firm believer, like you said, a growl or whatever. If you hear these sounds and all these different events happen at once in the same area, or just everything continuously happens, who might have said that wasn't a real thing? You know what I mean? And there's some things in our episodes, or with this film you guys are about to see, or when it comes out tonight, there's some things that we capture that we can't say is paranormal, but I saw it at my own eyes happen. But it's up to you. What is your thoughts? That's our way of getting you guys involved in what we're doing. Because I can't explain it, but I'm not going to say it's paranormal. What do you think it would be? Yes, ma'am.
What's been, and it may be one you've already shared, but
Sure.
What's been your most memorable or favorite experience?
Okay, that's a good one. My most memorable experience was when I was about, 25. This wasn't even on camera. This was the first video that I made based upon the story. But this experience happened, and it was very personal. No cameras were rolling. It was just a personal thing. My mother's here, by the way. But my grandmother was very sick, and she was not a big believer in ghosts. She supported me and what I did, but she'd always joke around about it. But one day she, in her little scooter, she's like, "I know I give you a lot of crap about being a ghost hunter, but I want you to know I'm going to support you no matter what happens." And as she's kind of driving away in her scooter, she stops. She's like, "You know what? I'll make you a deal." She's like, "The day that I die, I'm going to come back and show you myself in spirit form, and I'll be as I was when I was younger, in my prime." And I was like, "Sure. Thanks, Grandma." So, believe it or not, I think it was a couple of years later. It might have been even earlier. I don't know. She passed away, and I was at work. My dad called me. My dad never calls me anymore. He told my grandma passed away, and to make a long story short, I went into a deep depression because I couldn't say, I wasn't in closure with her, you know. And one night I was in bed and my TV starts to change channels, and like crazy change channels. And I'm thinking, my house isn't doing stuff. Like, what is this? And our carpets were like real thick. And I would hear high heel footsteps walking in my living room. I opened my door and I saw this glowing bluish ball of energy, and it like manifested this way, and it went like this, like down. And I saw this hologram of this woman, beautiful woman, and she touched me, and she goes, "Here I am." I couldn't hear what she said, I could read her lips. Basically what she said was, "I'm gonna touch you, I'm gonna kiss your forehead, and before I leave, I'm gonna snap my finger, and all this is gonna be taken from you. All this darkness you're feeling is taken from you." So I did. You know, she's like, "You need to learn about me. I'm what I'm supposed to be. You need to grow up, be a man, and do what you love. But I'm here for you to know that, you know, I love you." Well, it was really, really amazing. And she literally walked towards my door. And she goes, "You ready?" And I went, "Oh God." And she did that. She was gone, and it was like life came back into me. You know, it was just, and she basically told me she was going to be my guardian angel, and she's with me everywhere I go. You know, I feel like she's, when stuff bad's happening or a bad situation happens, she's always around. She'll never show me herself, but there's things that she shows me that I know she's around.
You can feel her.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, it's the most comforting thing in the world. You know, it really is. But guys, I just want to say thank you. Sorry I don't have much to talk about. I'm new to all this stuff, but we are My Paranormal Experience. Our new film, The Gateway Between Worlds, premieres on PARAFlixx tonight at 10/9 Central. I would love for you guys to go watch and give us your feedback. You know, we're not the famous people, but you know, we are on a platform, and I'm really excited to see what the outcome is of all this. And I was gonna play this stuff for y'all, but it's not gonna let me. There's no sound. So do what? Probably is, but thank y'all very much. I appreciate it.
Story, this experience is real, and myself and my crew were able to document proof of what is soon coming to PARAFlixx Paranormal Plus.
In 1997, I was asked to do a spiritual mapping of Pampa.
I faced one of the most mind-blowing paranormal experiences that I have personally ever documented.
It has to do with the trauma that this place kind of has experienced in that area, and I really think that that's exciting.
I was creeped out automatically.
Oh, dude, look at that! That stuff's been pretty incredible. What about this gate is a portal? Where did it come from? And it's been pretty intelligent.
I asked God to show me and lead me to where a spiritual gate was, and my eye caught that gate.
I want to know the story behind this gate.
You're not going to come against my friends. You're not going to come against my family. And I'm going to stand here until you let go.
My Paranormal Experience, The Gateway Between Worlds, premieres November 6th, only on PARAFlixx.